Hey guys, it's Miss Simmons. Today is favorite color day, so I hope you are wearing your favorite color. If you're not, then you need to pause this video. You need to run and try to find like a t-shirt or something to put on your favorite color. As you can see, I know I look a mess. It's cool, but I got on my favorite color. Got my little pink sweater. Got my pink earrings. Okay, so I just wanted to make it fun. So today is favorite color day. So if you're not in your favorite color, you better go get there now. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Yesterday, we focused on reviewing our poetry elements. Today, guys, we are going to begin talking about figurative language. I'm super excited about that. But before we get started, let's go ahead and begin our PDN. So if you haven't started your PDN, go ahead and pause this video now, and you can do your PDN. If you have done your PDN already, then you can continue going on. So guys, you were supposed to read and annotate the text and answer the questions, okay? So I'm not going to read through the whole text. I'm just going to go through the PDN really quickly. So just like yesterday, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get my handy dandy pen ready so that we can begin to annotate together, okay? All right, let's get started. So actually, since today is favorite color day, I'm going to use my favorite color, but let's go ahead and do a hot pink. I'm going to do hot pink today. Okay, so the first question asks for the topic, right? So I know that the topic is who the text is mostly about. So I know that this text is about Wilbur and Orville Wright, okay? So that is our topic. So here you could have put the Wright brothers, okay? And I'm just going to try to make it look as best as I can. Okay? The Wright brothers. Okay? All right. Good. So now, guys, the question A says, which best states the main idea of the passage? We know that we have to look for the repeating ideas. So when I go back to the text, I am going to look for what repeats. So I know that the topic often repeats, which is the Wright brothers. And then another word that I see that repeats is what? Okay, yes, I think I heard Michael say, I hope you're logged in, Michael. It says that inventors were repeating, right? Good. Okay. Something else that I see that's super important because sometimes it may not repeat, but it may be something that's very important. And I see that first successful airplane is important, right? Because that's what they invented, right? All right, good. So now let's go ahead and go. I still need my pen. Let's go down to question 1. And it says, which base states the main idea, right? Okay, so I am going to, because we know that we have to eliminate the wrong answers first, right? I'm going to go ahead and eliminate D. Because, first of all, it doesn't even have my topic. The Wright brothers is not even in there. I'm also going to go ahead and eliminate C because even though it says inventors, it's not specific enough. And it does not have my topic. So I see that A and B both have the topic, the Wright brothers. But I also need to go back and look for it if it has my repeating ideas. So A has the Wright brothers, but I don't see where it talks about that they were inventors or that they even what they invented. B has the Wright brothers and it also states inventors, which is one of our repeating words. So I think I'm going to go ahead and eliminate A because it doesn't really give me enough information. So B must be our main idea, okay? Now I'm going to scroll down and part B is talking about what is the evidence that matches, right? So the evidence that matches has to include the topic and what's most important, right? We know that what's most important is that the Wright brothers were inventors who inspired many people. So let's see. Which ones can I eliminate? I'm actually going to go ahead and eliminate B because once again, it doesn't talk about my topic. Another thing that I'm going to eliminate is, let's see. Many people credit the Wright brothers with designing and building the first success. I don't really think that that is the main idea because one, it talks about the many people, right? Even though that's what they invented, it's not really talking about what the text is mostly about. So now we're between A and D. Now both of these have my topic, and both of them talk about they were inventors. But I have to figure out which one is the best evidence. I know that D must be the best evidence because in A, it talks about how they were at a young age. I don't want to include them being young because that doesn't really tell me what they did when they got older. So I'm going to eliminate A, and D is my best evidence that matches the main idea. Okay? So now let's go ahead and continue working. We're going to go to our vocab work. So guys, we know that we are working on prefixes and suffixes this week. So let's go ahead and have a reminder on what we talked about yesterday. Prefix is an affix placed at the beginning of another word. Okay? And we know that the root word is a word that does not have a prefix or a suffix added. Okay? All right. Now, let's think about yesterday our word was preheat. Today, we're working on a new prefix. The prefix that we're working on today is un. Repeat after me, un. Okay, good. So, un is, of course, our prefix. And then happy is our root word. Okay? Now, we know that all prefixes have a meaning. What does un mean? Un simply just means not. Okay? What does happy mean? Happy is easy, right? I know that happy means to simply have joy. Okay? Make sure that you are writing in your packet while you're following along with me. The word that we are going over today is unhappy. When we place the prefix and the root word together, it creates a new word. Say, what did you do, Miss Simmons? Let's go back. Let's make sure that we are not zooming in that much. Okay. So this is new for all of us, right? Yeah. Okay. What did you do, Miss Simmons? Okay, let's just keep on working, guys. I know that it looks kind of small, but it's okay. Let's just go ahead and keep on working because we don't want to spend too much time. So it creates a new word, right? Okay, so what is the definition? When I put together unhappy, it just simply means not have joy. Okay, good. Now, let's go ahead and create a sentence. You could either use my sentence or you could create your own sentence, okay? All right, so Miss Simmons was unhappy when there was no more coffee left. We know I love coffee. Okay, so what are some synonyms for unhappy? I know that unhappy means that you are either sad or you're angry, right? And an antonym is basically the opposite. So unhappy is happy, right? Or excited. Excellent. So how do you know that the little boy is unhappy? He looks really unhappy. Poor little thing. I'm looking at his face. It looks like he's frowning, right? His eyes are kind of squinted and his mouth is in a frown. So I know that he is unhappy because he looks like he is frowning. Okay? Good. So let's go ahead and let's move on to our board equals paper. Okay? So today, guys, we are working on figurative language. Now, this is my favorite part of the year, time of the year, because I love figurative language. So poets use figurative language. And guys, if I'm going too fast, please feel free to pause the video at any time so that you can catch up. Figurative language makes poetry more exciting and it makes it fun to read. Okay? Figurative language is when words are used to give a deeper meaning than its literal meaning. So literal basically means real. So poets are going to use figurative language to make the poems more exciting, or the poetry more exciting, right? We don't want to just read boring poems. So there are 6 types of figurative language. Now, the first 2 types of figurative language are similes and metaphors, and that's what we're going to go over today. A simile is a comparison of 2 different things using the words like or as. Okay? Now, let's read the example. On her first day of school, Janelle was as cool as a cucumber. This right here, where it says cool as a cucumber, is the simile because it uses the words as, and it's comparing 2 different things. It's comparing Janelle to a cucumber. Okay? Now, let's go to a metaphor. A metaphor is just like a simile. It's comparing 2 different things, except it does not. It compares 2 different things that do not use the words like or as, right? So it says Janelle has a heart of gold. So even though it's comparing Janelle to a heart of gold, it's not using the words like or as, right? And it's not, it basically means that Janelle is like really nice. So he's really sweet. Except it's just creating a deeper meaning. So instead of saying Janelle is nice, you're going to make it more fun by saying Janelle has a heart of gold, right? It creates a more fun way to read poems. So let's review. A simile is comparing how many things? 2 things, right? Using the words like or as. Good. And then a metaphor also compares how many things? 2 things without using the words like or as. Good. Okay, let's go ahead and continue working. We're going to go to our model. Now, guys, this one is going to be a little difficult because I'm not going to be able to write in like I did yesterday. So I'm going to really try my best to write in with my pen. If it doesn't work, then you could just follow along with me and write it in, and then we could just move on, okay? So, this first page is, we're going to focus on similes. It says, circle the simile in each sentence. On the line, explain what is being compared. So, guys, let's read the first sentence. Andrew is as sly as a fox. I'm first going to circle my simile, which is as sly as a fox. That's the simile because it's using the words like or as. Now, what is being compared here? I need to figure out the 2 things that's being compared. I know that Andrew, and I'm just going to put A, is being compared to a fox. And I'm just going to put F. Just because I'm not going to be able to write really fancy with this whole little pen. So you can put in Andrew and Fox, but I'm just going to put in the initials, okay? Let's move on to the next sentence. It says, he was as nervous as a cat around a room full of rocking chairs. What is the simile here? I'm going to look for the words like or as. It says, as nervous as a cat, right? So that's my simile, and I know that he is being compared to a cat. Okay? Now, let's go to number 3. Anastasia had a smile as sweet as sugar, kind of like mine. Sorry. Okay. So, let's go ahead and circle the simile, as sweet as sugar. And I need to figure out the 2 things being compared, and that is Anastasia being her smile. So Anastasia's smile. So don't get confused, guys. We're not comparing just Anastasia. We're comparing her smile to sugar. Okay? All right, let's go to number 4. After he finished playing the baseball game, his hair was oily like fried chicken. Oh my goodness, I hate that. My hair is always